Today, the world often feels hostile to strength, discipline, and masculine virtue. Men who strive for excellence are called oppressive. Men who pursue ambition are accused of greed. Men who seek to protect and lead are painted as relics of a bygone era. In this climate, it is easy to fall into victimhood, easy to feel embattled, isolated, and bitter. But the Stoics offer a better path. They teach us that when the world turns hostile, we are not to collapse, complain, or conform. We are to endure, adapt, and triumph, not by begging for approval, but by living so excellently that no insult, no betrayal, no hostility can touch the soul. Here are 5 essential Stoic principles for any man who feels under attack and seeks to rise above it. 1. Endure the insults without internalizing them. The first attack on a man is often not physical. It is verbal, psychological, emotional. The world will insult your values. It will mischaracterize your strength. It will mock your masculinity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been." The Stoic understands that insults are powerless unless he grants them power. No one's words can wound you unless you permit them entry into your mind. Why this matters? Reacting emotionally to insults places you under the control of those who despise you. Silent endurance protects your peace and multiplies your strength. A man who cannot be baited cannot be defeated. How to apply it? Practice dismissing insults internally. View them as meaningless noise, not valid attacks. Train your mind daily to detach from the opinions of the crowd. Understand that insult often reveals more about the attacker than the target. A Stoic reminder: an insult unacknowledged is a blow that lands on air. 2. Adapt without compromising your core. Adaptability is not weakness, it is strategic survival. Seneca advised, "We must sail sometimes with the wind and sometimes against it, but we must sail and not drift, nor lie at anchor." The Stoic man understands that conditions change, laws change, cultures shift, expectations evolve. What matters is not rigid stubbornness, but the intelligent ability to adjust tactics while remaining loyal to unchanging principles. Why this matters? Inflexibility breaks a man under pressure. Adaptability allows him to outlast storms. Adapting tactics does not mean abandoning your soul, it means finding new roads to the same mission. A man who adapts intelligently becomes unstoppable over time. How to apply it? Differentiate between your principles, which are sacred, and your methods, which must be flexible. Stay loyal to your mission, but change how you fight for it when needed. Remain water, not stone. Unyielding in essence, fluid in form. A Stoic reminder: adaptation is not surrender, it is strength in motion. 3. Silence is your shield, and sometimes your sword. The modern world worships noise. Everyone shouts their opinions, flaunts their victimhood, broadcasts their grievances. The Stoic path runs opposite. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best answer to anger is silence." Silence is not weakness, it is strategic control. It denies enemies the satisfaction of reaction. It preserves energy for what truly matters. It allows truth to rise without you having to defend it with endless words. Why this matters? Speaking defensively gives your enemies legitimacy and your critics an advantage. Silence confounds attackers and preserves your dignity. Silent men are feared more than noisy ones, for their strength is assumed rather than explained. How to apply it? Resist the urge to explain, defend, or justify yourself to those who have no right to judge you. Speak only when your words serve a purpose higher than ego defense. Let your actions and achievements speak so loudly that words become unnecessary. A Stoic reminder: silence is often the language of the undefeated. 4. Turn adversity into your training ground. The Stoics viewed hardship not as punishment, but as preparation. Epictetus taught, "Difficulties show what men are." When society becomes hostile to virtue, that is not a time to retreat into self-pity. It is a time to sharpen your mind, fortify your spirit, and test your endurance. Adversity is not a barrier to your greatness. It is the curriculum that will refine you into the man you were meant to be. Why this matters? Comfort breeds softness, adversity breeds toughness. Every insult, every betrayal, every hardship is an opportunity to build inner armor. The harder the world presses against you, the stronger you can become. How to apply it? Welcome resistance as training. It is your gym, your forge, your teacher. Reframe setbacks immediately. Ask, how is this strengthening me? Understand that those who suffer most nobly build the deepest reservoirs of wisdom and resilience. A Stoic reminder. The world cannot defeat a man who uses every hardship to grow stronger. 5. Measure triumph by mastery of self, not approval of the crowd. In a world that increasingly rewards victimhood and punishes virtue, you must redefine victory. Seneca reminds us, a good character when established is not easily overthrown. Triumph is not winning popularity contests. Triumph is not silencing all your critics. Triumph is mastering yourself so completely that the slings and arrows of public opinion pass through you like wind through a mountain pass. A Stoic man's victories are internal first and unshakable because of it. Why this matters? Chasing external validation makes you a slave to forces you cannot control. Mastery of self grants an invulnerability. No approval or insult can ever grant or take away. True victory is silent, invisible to the crowd, yet eternal in the soul. How to apply it? Focus each day on mastering one internal weakness: anger, fear, laziness, pride. Set goals based on personal excellence, not social applause. Remind yourself daily, victory is mine whenever I live according to my highest values. A Stoic reminder, your real battle is within, and it is the only battle worth winning. 6. Control your inner citadel. The Stoics often spoke of building an inner citadel, a fortress within the mind, immune to the chaos outside. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When you are under attack, whether by slander, betrayal, loss, or cultural hostility, your outer circumstances may feel shaky, but your mind, properly fortified, remains invincible. Your inner citadel is not built during peace. It is built during the storms, brick by brick, decision by decision, discipline by discipline. Why this matters? No enemy, no injustice, no setback can touch a mind that has fortified itself with reason, virtue, and resilience. Your mind is the last line of defense and the first source of true strength. Without an inner citadel, you are vulnerable to every insult and injury. With one, you are unbreakable. How to apply it? Daily strengthen your mind through study, reflection, meditation, and discipline. Visualize hardships as tests of your fortress, not threats to your worth. Treat each insult or hardship as another opportunity to reinforce your defenses. A Stoic reminder, true triumph is to remain undefeated within, even if all else crumbles around you. 7. Respond to hostility with excellence, not bitterness. The natural human response to unfair treatment is anger, retaliation, or bitterness. But the Stoic way is different. Marcus Aurelius advises, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. You are not responsible for how others act toward you. You are responsible for maintaining your own excellence, regardless of how others behave. Meeting hostility with bitterness lowers you to the level of your attackers. Meeting hostility with calm, disciplined excellence elevates you beyond their reach. Why this matters? Bitterness corrodes the soul faster than any external attack. Excellence is its own form of revenge and its own reward. A man who stays excellent in a hostile world becomes a lighthouse in the storm. How to apply it? Channel the energy of injustice into relentless personal improvement. Outperform your critics by rising so far above them they can no longer reach you. Hold yourself to higher standards, not despite hostility, but because of it. A Stoic reminder, the way you respond defines you more than the way you are treated. 8. Harness the power of anti-fragility. Stoicism teaches not merely resilience, but something deeper, anti-fragility, the ability to grow stronger from pressure, adversity, and attack. Epictetus instructed his students, difficulties are things that show what men are. An anti-fragile man is not merely one who survives hardship, he is one who grows stronger because of it. Every insult sharpens his patience, every betrayal strengthens his wisdom, Every defeat tempers his will. Why this matters? True greatness is not just enduring attacks, but thriving because of them. The harder life presses, the higher an anti-fragile man rises. Anti-fragility turns enemies into unwitting allies in your growth. How to apply it? Reframe adversity immediately. Ask, how is this growing me stronger? Treat hardship not merely as something to survive, but something to harvest for greater power. Celebrate resistance as proof you are on a meaningful path. A Stoic reminder, pressure is not your enemy, it is your forge. 9. Detach from the outcome. Focus on the excellence of the action. The Stoics warned that we should never attach our happiness to outcomes outside our control. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have embarked, you have made the voyage, you have come to shore. Get out. Your triumph lies not in the external result, but in the quality of your action. Did you act justly? Did you endure nobly? Did you adapt wisely? Did you maintain your inner fortress? If so, you have already triumphed regardless of what the world says or does. Why this matters? Obsessing over outcomes makes you a victim of forces beyond your control. Focusing on excellence makes you immune to outcome-based despair. You cannot lose when you define success internally. How to apply it? Set goals based on effort and virtue, not outcome. Measure success by your fidelity to your principles. View external outcomes as secondary, not primary. A Stoic reminder, victory is in the excellence of your effort, not the applause of the crowd. 10. Prepare yourself to outlast the storm. Men under attack often think in terms of quick battles and immediate victories. The Stoic thinks differently. He prepares to outlast. Seneca said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Understand, storms pass, public opinion shifts, corrupt systems collapse under their own rot. The man who builds for the long haul, the man who endures while others burn out, emerges victorious when the dust clears. Why this matters? Many battles are not won by overwhelming force, but by patient endurance. Those who stay committed to virtue over decades shape the world after the chaos passes. Time eventually vindicates those who persist. How to apply it? Think in decades, not days. Build a life, a character, a legacy designed to endure beyond the storms of today. Understand that your quiet perseverance today is planting the seeds of tomorrow's triumph. A Stoic reminder, the race is not always to the swift, but to those who keep running. Final thoughts. Endure, adapt, triumph. The world may attack your character. It may misinterpret your actions. It may insult your strength, your masculinity, your virtues. Let it. You are not here to win the approval of a broken world. You are here to endure with silent dignity, to adapt with strategic wisdom, and to triumph, not by crushing your enemies, but by becoming so excellent, so unshakable, so anti-fragile, that the attacks become meaningless. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. You will be pushed, you will be tested, you will fall and rise again and again. But if you endure the insults without internalizing them, if you adapt your tactics without betraying your soul, if you build your inner citadel, respond with excellence, grow anti-fragile, detach from outcomes, and prepare yourself to outlast the storm, you will not merely survive, you will triumph, not by accident, not by the permission of others, but by the undeniable force of your own disciplined, undefeated, and virtuous will. Endure, adapt, triumph. The world has no defense against a man who masters these.